Welcome to the final battle of week number 9 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. This battle will be pitting Grand Island Jolteons, which is Quasimodo, versus the Murican Braviarys, which is Noob Scrub, Burke's Boon on Pokemon Showdown. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon we have are Mega Glalie and Mega Venusaur respectively. Both will be appearing. And the Z Crystal Pokemon we have are Thundurus Therian with the Tag Z moves. Klefki will not be appearing. And then on the Murican Braviarys, we have Blossom with any Z move. Gallade will not be appearing. So we could see a Z move from either side. And just taking a look at these teams, I'm excited to see Wobbuffet again, because Wobbuffet is pretty fun to speculate on and see what crazy little tricks it's going to pull off. We also have Pyukumuku, which if it's Wobbuffet versus Pyukumuku, this game will be going at a very slow pace. I think overall, Quasimodo tried to go for a little bit more of an offensive playstyle versus Noob Scrub, who has more of that defensive core. He brought all of his 3 grass types this time, which is interesting because Quasimodo does have a couple of ice types to choose from, but he definitely is going more defensive this time, so we'll see how it works out. And without any further ado, I think we could begin. Gonna see what Tyrantrum can do, because a Head Smash can break through some walls, even really defensive walls. Alright, we have Glalie starting off, and Tapu Bulu. Not a good matchup for Tapu Bulu. Glalie being named Vruh. I'm gonna guess that's bruh, but it's like maybe shivering because of the cold. We could see a switch into Empoleon from Noob Scrub. That would probably be the best course of action for him. If Noob Scrub does switch in, Glalie can't really do much because Earthquake will be nerfed by the grassy terrain. Right now we're listening to Oleana's theme from Pokemon Sword and Shield. And Chansey's actually the one to come out. Glalie goes for the double edge, dealing massive damage, but dealing massive damage to itself as well. Any recoil move versus Chansey is going to do a big chunk because of how much HP Chansey has. An Explosion could actually take Chansey down, but Explosion versus Noob Scrub is very risky because of the fact that he likes to use Protect a lot. Both sides thinking of their next move. If he could take down Chansey with Mega Glalie, that will be really good for him, for Quasi, but it's risky if he goes for the Explosion now. Chansey isn't too threatening to Mega Glalie. It can use Seismic Toss, but that's not going to do that much. It could also use Toxic. And it could go for a Wish, too. Okay, Lucario comes out, Vru, and it's a good thing that Glalie didn't explode because Protect failed. Protect would have meant just a self-KO on Glalie. Vru is now poised to set up a Swords Dance versus Chansey, who can't really do much to it. Seismic Toss isn't going to do much, and it can't Toxic Lucario. I think Venusaur is the best option for facing this Lucario, or Pyukumuku actually, who has Unaware, so any Swords Dance won't really matter versus it. And indeed, Pyukumuku's the one to come out, not really caring about that Swords Dance. I'm wondering what Pyukumuku wants to do in this situation. We could very easily see maybe the Wobbuffet switch in. But Wobbuffet is actually good versus Pyukumuku because it could encore whatever move it uses and then switch out to something else. And it seems that this Pyukumuku is named Bernie Sanders. It's not official in the battle, but in the chat, Noob Scrub saying that it's Bernie Sanders. Startoad recognizing immediately. What does Pyukumuku Bernie Sanders have up its sleeve? I'm gonna guess that the naming convention this time for Quasimodo is Vra, and each Pokemon has a different amount of H's in it. This is Vru, the Lucario. Okay, Tapu Fini comes out, 2 H's on the Vra, and now Block will prevent Tapu Fini from switching out. Not a situation that Tapu Fini wants to be in for sure. This could definitely be a long battle. Okay, I know, Tapu Bulu comes out, replacing that Misty Terrain, and Tapu Fini goes for the Taunt. Okay, so Pyukumuku is not going to want to stick around for Tapu Fini. Once Taunt is up, that means Pyukumuku will have to struggle. These two Tapus fighting for terrain dominance. Tapu Bulu winning that fight for now. Anything switching into a Tapu Bulu Woodhammer or Hornleech will take some pretty big damage. Boosted by the grassy terrain, it hits very hard. The stare down continues between the two Tapus. And in comes Pyukumuku, taking a Moonblast. Pyukumuku can be taunted by Tapu Fini. Not sure why we see that switch in. Tapu Fini using Moonblast versus Tapu Bulu. Very risky move. That could have been a one-hit KO from Tapu Bulu, for sure. In comes Venusaur taking another Moonblast. Tapu Fini is very confident staying out versus both Pyukumuku and Tapu Bulu. Match moving at a pretty slow pace. Noob Scrubs matches, famous for being pretty slow paced because of his stall team. And in comes Wobbuffet taking that Sludge Bomb. Wobbuffet's definitely not going to want to be Leech Seeded, and that's exactly what happens. Wobbuffet goes for the Encore, meaning that Venusaur will try to use Leech Seed again. In comes Thundurus Therian, also getting Leech Seeded by Mega Venusaur. Might see a Chansey switch in now. Makes the most sense to me. Thundurus Therian actually does have a good type matchup versus most of Noob Scrub's team, being able to beat the three grass types with flying moves. It doesn't get good flying moves, it has to rely on hidden power flying, but it could still be pretty powerful coming from it. And then beating the two water types with electric moves. So Chansey's really the last hope to wall Thundurus. It has traditionally, in the matches that have been going this time around, has been seen using all-out pummeling, which is the Z-move version of Focus Blast. So if he calls out the Chansey switch with an all-out pummeling, that could do some massive damage. Chansey's at 66, though. Alright, and Blossom's the one to come out. Nasty Plot is up. Not good news for Noob Scrub. Alright, and Blossom goes for a Quiver Dance to boost its speed. I don't know if it'll be faster than Thundurus Therian after this, though. If by some miracle Blossom goes first, yeah, Blossom goes down to Hidden Power. If it went first, it could have done something versus Thunderous, but okay, and Pyukumuku comes out. I'm wondering why he's not using Chansey against Thunderous. And a Thunderbolt's going to take down Pyukumuku as well. And it looks like Noob Scrub's plan to PP stall the Wobbuffet with block Pyukumuku did not come to fruition. For good measure, because that would have been very uninteresting commentary-wise. Okay, Tapu Bulu is next to come out versus this Landorus Therian. I keep getting all the genies. I mean, Thunderous Therian, whose hidden power is blocked by Protect. And he might actually... I thought he was going to switch to Chansey and maybe try to protect, stall out the Leech Seed damage. But Tapu Bulu goes down to Thunderous as well. Venusaur is next to come out. Hidden Power doing massive damage. Thunderous proving to really be that Pokemon to take down. Hidden Power going to take down Mega Venusaur as well. Very scary sweep happening. I'm really curious as to why he's leaving Chansey for last. I thought Chansey would be the first Waymon to take down Thunderous. And Empoleon goes down to Thunderous. In comes Chansey. Will we see the all-out pummeling from Thunderous this time? And there it is, that Z-move, all-out pummeling. It is going to take down Chansey, and it is a 6-0 sweep by Quasimodo over Noob Scrub. Victory for Grand Island Jolteons. Thunderous really proving how powerful it can be. So... very, very short game. I thought it was going to be a lot longer because of that plan that Noob Scrub had. So yeah, that concludes Week 9, and I'll be showcasing the Week 10 matches, last matches before playoffs. So I'll see you then.